Hello, we're live. Slightly delayed, sorry, because of the internet, I think, broke, like the whole internet. You probably had the same experience where there's no internet anymore. So I'm live. I don't really expect very many people to turn up to this, but I hope that people will watch this later. This is, I guess, a celebratory video for getting to 500 subscribers and making a series of announcements about what I want to do. Now I've kind of got to that landmark, that great achievement. I have a very strange channel, and I suspect it's equally infuriating for everyone who uses it or watches it. You know, that half of it is RPGs or D&D and the other half is fiction. So thank you for bearing with it so far. I hope you do enjoy what you see, and I always welcome feedback on what you'd like to see more of. I don't care what you'd like to see less of, probably. I'm just going to keep making it. So, as I say, I've got 5 announcements for you, which I'm going to like alternate their theme, because there's kind of 2 bookish ones, 2 Dungeons and Dragonsy ones, and 1 personal / channel one, which, yeah, we will see which is your favorite. You can tell me which one is your favorite. Let me just check something. No, don't know. Hopefully this is all working fine. Yes, it is. I have someone live. That is probably my wife. So hello, Helen. So let's start with the announcement. Let's go book D&D channel. First book one. This isn't really a new announcement. It's a repetition of an old one, which is that at 400 I did a book giveaway, and I had 2 winners, and one of them, Tony, from an Erudite Adventure, he has claimed his prize. He hasn't actually chosen a book yet, but he's been in touch. But the other person never got in touch, and so I'm going to spin the wheel of doom again and pick someone else to win a prize. So if you would like a prize, then I guess the best way to get a prize is to enter, isn't it? So yes, put your name in the comments, or say you would like to be entered for the draw in the comments, and I'll do that next week sometime. Yeah, hello, Helen, indeed. Second announcement, Dungeons and Dragons wise, I'm going to stream some Dungeons and Dragons games using classic old school rules, 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons, and I've got some friends together. We're going to play Spelljammer, which coincidentally I did a review of like last month, whatever, and then people were like, "Oh, you know that Wizards of the Coast just announced that they're going to make a Spelljammer set." Complete coincidence, but a happy one. I mean, hopefully for me, happy. But we're going to stream some 2nd edition, not the modern 5th edition. We're going to stream some 2nd edition and have some fun with that. And we're going to start doing some of that for a while, at least in late June and July. So please come along and watch that if you like the idea of, well, seeing how I run the D&D, or if you would like to see more Spelljammer, I guess, which is, remember, that's fantasy in space, people flying boats around in a kind of magical medieval space cosmology. Third announcement number 3. What's that one? It's bookish, isn't it? That's it. And it is, yes. I don't even know what I'm going to say here. I've forgotten half the stuff I'm meant to be saying. The third announcement, the second bookish one, is that I'm going to let people pick a book for me to read. I'm going to have, again, put in the comments what kinds of books you would like me to read. It could be a good book, your favorite book. It could be a bad book, your least favorite book, whatever book you like. I am happy to read one book chosen by you. And what I'll do is that when I've got, again, next week sometime, I'll take what comments there are, what people have said in terms of their book nominations, and I'll start to sit either a poll or a series of polls, depending on how many books there are. This all is reliant, by the way, on YouTube finally deigning to give me my community tab. I think 4 days later, no sign. Apparently it can take up to a week. So hopefully by like Wednesday, I will have a community tab. But I will put polls on the community tab, letting you choose which book you'd like me to read. So feel free to nominate. Good books are better than bad books. But if you're like, man, I hate this book, feel free to nominate that and to see what I think. Occasionally people have gone for that angle before. The fourth announcement. So number 1, book giveaway. Number 2, streaming Spelljammer. Number 3, pick a book for me to read. Number 4, related to number 2, actually, In June, I'm going to review a bunch of Spelljammer products. I'm going to make it a month of Spelljammer leading up to the stream, which will be, I think, on the 23rd of June is the plan. But I'm going to review several Spelljammer books. I think I've had a couple of requests for this kind of thing before. Someone was up for the idea that I did regular Birthright reviews. Someone else was saying, oh, could you do a bunch of other Spelljammer reviews? These would be shorter than my normal RPG reviews. They tend to be smaller books, the ones I'll be looking at. And they will probably be less popular than some of the big marquee names. Going for a random small product is less popular, but it's a theme thing, and I think people will enjoy it on the D&D side, and it will help cover a bit more ground there. So that will be the month of Spelljammer will be June, with reviews of several second edition Spelljammer products, and then on the 23rd of June, the streaming I've already mentioned. And 5th, the personal channel news is I'm going to set up a tip jar on KoFi. In fact, I have. Part of the internet dying was the fact that KoFi or KoFi was completely freaking out everything on my computer. Maybe it's a message from the gods not to accept tips from strangers. But I'm going to set that up basically as a voluntary tip system because I have nothing to offer you, and I would like you to give me money to buy books with. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to do that. Essentially, the way that benefits the channel is on the very small amounts of money that would come through that. I'd imagine minuscule amounts. That will just go towards subsidizing my book habit. So I will add that to the description here once it's set up, and I will get that on the community tab. I will sum up all these things again when the community tab is going. I will set up all these things there, and we will see when that happens. So first, book giveaway. Put your name in the comments if you want to be entered. Second, streaming Spelljammer, end of June. Third, nominate books in the comments for me to review. Fourth, it will be, I've literally just said it, haven't I? The month of Spelljammer in June. So I'll review several Spelljammer products then. If you have any massive preferences in the Spelljammer range, you can mention that in the comments too. And 5th, I'm going to set up a KoFi tip jar. This idea, by the way, was my friend Dom from Dominish Books, and the lazy way to get money for books. And I will put that in the description once I've set that up. Anyway, that is everything. That is the 5 announcements. Hopefully at least one of them interested you or enraged you, perhaps. You can tell me what you thought in the comments. And as I say, I will set this stuff up. Put it on the community tab, and I'll summarize it elsewhere. Till next time.